Welcome to the NFRD Food Sector series of videos. In this video we will explain how to conduct a search for seafoods. So let's go to the NFRD homepage. On the homepage, to conduct a search, we click on Search Residue Database. This brings us through to the main search criteria page. On this page we're going to look for seafood, so we're going to pick a food category. So by selecting this button, and also by selecting from the drop down box fish, shellfish and mollusks, we can pull this back through to the main search criteria page by selecting this item. And here we see it. Now we have the option of selecting a year or any number of years, and in this particular search we're going to select 2007. We also have the option of selecting a particular residue category or even an individual residue, but we're not going to do that in this instance. We're just going to select just a year and seafood. So to conduct a search, we simply submit search, and here we get the results. So we can see that in 2007 there were actually 7 studies for chemical contaminants of seafoods. The total number of test results were over 11,000. The vast majority of these were of Irish origin. We can see that in total 45 foods were tested for, so that's 45 seafood types. And these 45 seafood types were tested for for 98 different residues. And here are the 7 different studies. We can see that it's a recurring theme that many of these studies will be annual monitoring programs, and these include aquaculture, which takes place every year, marine biotoxin monitoring program, which is an annual monitoring program, also the radioactivity monitoring program of the Irish marine environment, residue testing plan. We have the trace metal concentration in fish species, and also trace metals and organic chlorine concentrations in shellfish. All of those are annual monitoring programs taking place every year. We also have in 2007 an individual study, and this is the investigation into levels of dioxins, furans, etc. in fishery produce. Right, for this search we're just going to simply select aquaculture, so the dot is in the box here. We're going to simply apply study filter. This brings this particular study through, so 2007 aquaculture farm fish, that's the one we wanted. Here we go, and we can see that the different study results are 1, which is correct. We just wanted that particular one. The total number of test results were over 2,000. All of these were of Irish origin. The number of different foods tested were 4. And these 4 foods were tested for 49 different residues. So we can view this in a bit more detail. Now here in this particular study summary, we have the option of going to the study details, which is the overall picture of the study, or we can actually view the individual results within the study. So firstly, let's look at the study details. And here in the study details we can see that again, yes, over 2,000. There are over 2,000 test results on a total of 164 samples. Again, we can see that these are the 4 foods that were tested: Arctic char, freshwater trout, salmon and trout. These then are the residues that they were tested for. Interestingly enough, there was 0 non-compliance here, so all of the samples in this particular study were compliant. Now let's look at the individual results, and here we go. These are all the individual results. We can see in this instance Arctic char was tested for methyl testosterone. The sample was compliant. The sample matrix was skin and muscle, and the sampling point was on farm. We can look at this particular test result in more detail. This gives us the analytical method and sample category So a little bit more detail here. We can go through and look at each of these individual results in total, and that, I suppose, completes the search for seafood in the 2007. Now this is a series of videos, so you can also look at meat and dairy products in this series of videos. So thank you for watching.